Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning has been on COVID-19. I just spoke with a captain from the Wisconsin National Guard that has helped the state tremendously as we battle this pandemic. My next guest has found a way to communicate to children as we continue to deal with the impact of COVID-19. Lora Hyler is the author of Our Bodies Stay Home, Our Imaginations Run Free, a coronavirus COVID-19 story for children. How are you, Lora?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Well, welcome back to the show. And I'm
Thank you.
guessing that this was not a book that you had planned on writing because none of us could see this coming, you know?
Exactly. Yes. I also do not have a crystal ball. I actually was in the middle of writing the second book in my series. So you had me on before when I was talking about the Stupendous Adventures of Mighty Marty Hayes, and I was right in the thick of the second book in the three-part series, and coronavirus hit. And so, of course, it was very surreal. You know, you walk around your neighborhood and you just see very little activity. The kids are trying to figure it out, and the birds are chirping louder, it seems, and everything was just so different. And I'm a former journalist, so I was very much plugged into news, nationally and globally and locally, and really just started to think, wow, what kind of a contribution can I make? And of course, being a children's book author, I just sort of stumbled across something and said, I got to get involved in this. And what that was a competition by Emory Global Health Institute in Atlanta. And they wanted to also find a way to talk to kids and describe what was happening in their lives. I decided to enter the competition. I knew I was only going to have 10 days to write the book, but I was determined to get the book published, win or no win. So here we are.
Wow, here we are. And needless to say, children across the nation and the globe, for that matter, have witnessed the
Right.
twists and turns of these uncertain times. And so, when you talk about explaining to children and finding a way to explain to children what's going on, this is
Mm-hmm.
something that has blown the minds of adults and even scientists. So
Yes.
finding a way to communicate to children, considering all the emotions that go along with what we've all lived through, it's
Uh-huh.
important to be able to do that. So if you would kind of give us an idea of the storyline of this book.
Sure. I sort of took my lead from the competition, which was looking for a book that would be appropriate for ages 6 to 10. And I came up with the idea that this would be a book of fiction, since I normally write fiction. I wanted a family setting. I sort of modeled it on my suburban subdivision in Glendale, Wisconsin here. And came up with this 7-year-old girl. Her name is Maya. She has a brother, Brian, who's 10 years old, and her mom and dad. So her mom and dad are working in the home. She and her brother are trying to keep up with their schoolwork. And of course, they're feeling sad. So they're really missing their school activities, their classmates, the teacher. She even says, I'm missing the lunch lady. And then she's missing the grandparents who they can only talk to on Zoom calls. And she's, of course, not able to have play dates. And her 8th birthday is coming up. So the book is kind of walking you through the safety measures to deal with coronavirus, but also kind of depicting what I hope is a very realistic picture of what children are going through as we deal with this pandemic.
Absolutely. And like you said, any parent that's watching will understand, that the kids want to go
Definitely.
and play with their friends. They want to go to their friends' houses, and they also miss their teachers at school. But then you
Right.
have parents who have to take on the responsibility of homeschooling. And there's
Right.
just a lot going on in the
There is.
household these days. So to be able to hone in on that and create a story that kids can relate to is very important, needless to say. Now, the Emory Global Health Institute was established to develop innovative research, training, and programs to address the most pressing health challenges around the world, particularly in poor countries. And here, this pandemic hit everyone across the globe. And like you said earlier, they encourage authors to create a body of work for children that could be shared around the world. You
Right.
came up with this story about Maya, her brother Brian, and the Thomas family. So
Right.
not only are we looking at being homeschooled and all these different things, but you also touch on meltdowns, right?
Oh, yes, definitely for that age group. Yes. My son, our only child is a young adult now, but I definitely remember that. And then also just I had about 40 different visits across the country with the first book. And so I was constantly encountering kids ages 7 and 8 and up. And so it runs the gamut, right? I mean, attention spans are a little bit reduced from an older child, and they're fidgety and anxious and very much into routines. So we think that our lives have been disrupted, but think about what it feels like for a second grader, and especially with a birthday coming up. And it's like, okay, I'm sort of plotting through all the other adjustments I have to make, but my goodness, my birthday, I can't have a big party. So yeah, it's really a universal theme. And I was fortunate to get into about 10 to 12 countries with the first book. And so I'm really hopeful that this will truly go global, to really get in the hands of all children around the world who really are struggling with this right now.
Absolutely. So let's talk more about this time frame that you had to
Uh-huh.
get this book written and published. That's amazing.
Yes, we're very fast moving towards publication because that date is June 15th. But yeah, the timetable was basically Emory Global Health Institute gave us a 2-week window. By the time I made up my mind to get involved, we were down to the last 10 days, and I decided to jump in and do it. And it was writing any and everywhere. And I'm a person who typically writes in bookstores and coffee shops, and I have to keep moving my environment to feel energized. And of course, I was stuck at home. So what I actually started to do was to jump in my car, go to a nearby park, and either write in the park or write in my car in the park, anything to just sort of vary the routine. And I would just have handwritten notes, and then I would come back and type up things. And so it really started to come together. And I think it was because I had had conversations with kids in my neighborhood, parents, and so I really had a sense of what they were dealing with. The other thing was, getting to my publisher and saying to her, listen, I really want to get this book published. So we pursued a new contract. My previous contract with her is still existing. It's a 3-book deal. So we had to set up a new contract for this one. And then I really wanted to have a dynamic color cover and illustrations. And so I connected with my illustrator who worked on the previous book and is contracted for the 3-book deal. And he's located in Barbados. And
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, please, 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 could you help out on this one? And he said, I'm up for the challenge. So I was very happy to hear that. And now we're going through proofs, and I've gotten advanced reviews, which have been fantastic. And as I said, now we're moving towards the June 15th publication date. So very
I
excited.
think wonderful. So congratulations on
Thank you.
getting it
Thank you.
done, and really not just getting it done, but being able to create something for kids. Because like I said before, this has been hard enough for adults to
Yes,
digest. So we can only imagine what kids who are maybe watching their parents be
exactly.
frustrated and depressed or upset, how they are internalizing those emotions themselves. So
Right,
a few
right.
tips that have been given along the way, because we've heard a lot of experts talking about a lot of things, but not a
Uh-huh.
lot of people talking about how to talk to kids about what's going on around them. So
Right,
first and foremost, it says to start the conversation and then
mhm,
ask them what they know, share what
right,
you know as well as what you don't know, and then talk about what they can do as far as washing hands, social distancing, etc., and then do
right.
acts of service together. These are all
Exactly.
ideas, but you also talk about the washing of hands and the safety measures in your book.
Yes, very much so. I think it's so important for kids to feel that, because, we think about the boogeyman and it's like, oh my goodness, isn't this the ultimate boogeyman? Kids know that everyone's concerned about it and they don't think that there's anything they can do. But when you start to teach them the various safety measures, the washing your hands as often as possible, 20 seconds, and teaching them to sing the happy birthday song twice to get to that 20 seconds. Did I say minutes? 20 seconds. Um, and and uh, and definitely the social distancing, the 6 feet away, and I have a very humorous way that I deal with that in the book. And just really thinking about you can still connect with people even if you're not physically connecting with all of the people that were normally in your lives. Using the video chats and the various products that are out there for that, and just really equipping them so that they feel that it's not so scary, that this too shall pass, and that they feel that there's something that they can do to contribute to eradicating coronavirus.
Absolutely. And so before we run out of time, I want to make
Uh-huh.
sure we let the viewers know how they can, in fact, get their hands on this book. You have pre-orders that are now available through the publisher with free shipping through June
Yes.
15th.
Yes.
And following that date, the book, Our Bodies Stay Home, Our Imaginations Run Free, will be available in bookstores, on shelves, and via special order as well as on Amazon. So pretty
Yes.
much everywhere you turn, they'll be able to get their hands on that.
Exactly. Exactly. And we also are pricing it low because we're really interested in having widespread distribution. And so, yeah, we're really excited about it. I really have gotten some fantastic reviews, as I said, from people from all different sectors of, our economy, and they're just really pleased that there's something out there for children. And so I'm really excited to get the book in my hands so that I can start distributing it.
Yeah, and something else that you did, Laura, that I thought was very special. In your press release, you encourage people to visit independent local bookstores to provide
Yes.
an economic boost during this difficult time, which is so very
Yes.
important.
Yes. I would encourage them to, if they're not familiar with an independent bookstore in their immediate area, for example, in the Milwaukee area, Boswell Books would be a wonderful one on the east side on Downer Avenue. But you can also go to a website and just go to Google and just type in indie books. And I believe you can insert your zip code and find the bookstore that's closest to you.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for your time,
Thank you
and
so
thank you
much for
for
having me.
putting this together for the kiddos. We appreciate everything that you do, and I'm sure we'll be
Thank you.
talking soon.
Appreciate it.
Lora Hyler is the author of the new children's book, Our Bodies Stay Home, Our Imaginations Run Free. It's a coronavirus COVID-19 story for children, and that is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, I thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues in Milwaukee. Have a great day.